stars and stories, it's where you wanna be. From celebs to entrepreneurs, she's got the scoop. Community and entertainment, she's in the loop. Every smile a burst of velvet light. Through the screen she shines so bright. With the laughs and tales that weave tonight.
Well, welcome to another episode of SKST Radio, and you tuned in to the Grayson show, and tonight is one of those good old summer nights that we're hanging out with Jesse Appleseeds again.
How you doing there, Cam?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing wonderful.
Okay, look at him. You can tell he cool. He got the shades on and all on the inside of the building with all his bright lights, shining in. He's like, ain't nothing gonna kill my coolness. You good, but you don't have to. If you're gonna be cool like that, that's all good. So what you been doing since we talked to you last?
A lot. I got to work. There's some news. I'm doing a documentary.
Okay.
On one of my college coaches, Keith Mr. Jennings.
Okay.
Played professional behind Tim Hardaway. He played with Charles Spewell, Chris Mullin for the Warriors. Played like 8 years overseas in France. Was Player of the Year.
Wow.
This was my head assistant coach at Bluefield College, now Bluefield University.
Nice. You've been busy.
I've been real busy since the last interview.
Wow. So, we were talking clothing line the last interview. We were talking music the last interview. And then you was talking about this executive business thing hat that you got on now.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to get right into it. So let's talk about the documentary. Let's talk a little bit about the documentary.
Okay, this documentary is how it came about was I have a coach, Keith Jennings, that I've been connected with since college. Been back and forth, talking with him, communicating with him. And to be transparent, I actually got into a couple binds in my life where I was like homeless and down bad, out of town. And he actually helped me out and looked out for me.
Wow.
And I'm saying this for a reason because during those times when I was going through that, I always told myself that I'm going to do a documentary on my coach, because just certain things that he literally helped me with through college and things that I'm still living now. And we're going to touch on that in the documentary. But I'm just very grateful for the things that he showed me and just how he didn't treat me like everybody else, treating me like I was an outcast or like I was a sore thumb or like I wasn't wanted. He always treated me like I was supposed to be treated. And I just want to, shed light and give him his flowers while he's here.
Right.
And just, shed light on it. He's also not donating, but is going to be dedicated to his sister, Karen Jennings, who passed away. So I know what he's going through for us because I lost my sister as well. So we have that similar thing going. So yeah, we just started, brewing that up here. Probably it's been going for like maybe a year and a half, but the pieces just start really aligning as far as me going to the games and stuff like that because he lives in Culpeper, Virginia.
Okay. Yeah, I never heard of Culpeper, Virginia.
Right, exactly.
It's a long way from here?
No, it's about a 3-hour drive and like 6 hours on the train. So it's like not too far from like Maryland and Baltimore, stuff like that. Yeah. So.
Well, I want to touch on something that you were talking about. You talked about the homelessness, and you were talking about how people treated you. And so how did it make you feel when you realized that people were you said you feel like an outcast? I know you said that part, but not only did you feel like an outcast, but in your mind, what are you thinking? Are these people that you helped along the way, and then it was your turn that didn't help? You didn't get that reciprocation back. So then the outside person actually helped you. So tell me a little bit about that.
It's that you exactly hit it on the nose. It was people that I thought that could get that help back from, that lived with me, that stayed with me and my mom. scrambled with me that I thought. But in the grand scheme of it, it was my fault. I took full accountability for depending on other people to help me out. But the fact that the universal God sent my coach out of nowhere, it's a story of my life. My high school coach, Coach Blow, I'm pushing to try to do a documentary about him, but I don't know. But I'm just throwing it out in the universe, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because me and his son is best friends, Katie Blow. Shout out my guy, Katie Blow, the Oracle, man. But yeah, so it's like those same people turned their backs on me, called me all type of names, talked about me to people who I introduced them to, and it just kind of like it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah. So when that happens, though, because a lot of people go through that, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people go through that, and so as a man and a mentor, because that's what you do, right?
Yeah.
How do you bounce back from that? I mean, I know you said Coach Jennings helped, but how do you actually bounce back from that? Because Coach Jennings can only help you so much,
Right.
so he can help get you over that hill a little bit, but it's up to you to get over that mountain, right?
Okay.
So tell me that little journey about that.
Tell you a quick story. We was in college, right? It's pouring down, raining. We had a month of conditioning, the month of September, from the 1st to the 3rd. So the first day of conditioning, we have to run on the track 2 4 6. So it's 2 400s, 4 200s, and 6 100s.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody pull up and it's pouring down, raining, and we think we in the clear.
Mm-hmm.
Coach come out with the ponchos and umbrellas, like, what y'all doing?
It's
Get out the car and we still going. So we get out the car like, man. So we're running. And at this time I was about 292 pounds, almost 300 pounds, something like that. And I was struggling to get around the thing, and I was the last one, and it was raining so hard. And I remember Coach Jennings just screamed out at me. He said, Jesse. I said, what's up, Coach? He said, nobody else is doing this. Nobody else out here is running out here in the rain like this, Jesse. Nobody else is doing this. And I remember that turned me up. And what he don't realize is in that moment, I realized who I was. That from here on out, I got to do what nobody else is doing. So Jess, what do you mean by that? I had to close my eyes and go inside my body and do the shadow work. Mm. You know what that is?
Yeah. No, tell me.
Excuse my language, but don't excuse my language. But it's the fucked up shit about you that only you and God knows.
Okay.
So that's the shadow work. And a lot of people run from it. So these guys and girls and family members who talked about me like that when I was down, that's what it was. You know, when I come around, I put a mirror up because I actually put the work in that everybody's talking about. They want to do what I did. They want to sleep in a tent on the hill in Paris Hill Park, or sleep in a tent on Skid Row like I did to figure out who I am as a man. Or sleep in Paris Hill Park, Peachtree and Pine, shelter down in Georgia when my sister passed away because I was miserable, and my misery don't like company. So I just wanted to be by myself in nature with God and the Creator and figure out what I love and what I'm going to do. So all those years of me putting myself deep down in the abyss, into my shadow, I realized that I'm a light. You know, they asked Jesus, why do you walk with so much confidence and he said, because I am the light. So anywhere I walk, my last name is Sunkins. So I'm kin to the sun. So anywhere I go, it's a light that's going to shine. If I'm homeless, if I'm sleeping outside, I was talking to the Creator the other day. He was telling me, Jesse, look at you. You still created. Homeless, you still created. Hurt, you still created. And pain, you still created. You still created. Now look where we at. I'm doing a documentary of an NBA guy that's my coach, who I got a tight-knit personal relationship with, who's literally about to help me with my stand-up comedy career and music career and all these things that's about to happen. Things that I will hold back because I think people will talk bad on it. But like my God says, that's contradicting my God if I don't speak on what's meant for me.
Right. Well, let's talk about creating before everything is perfect. Let's talk about that a little bit.
That goes into what I just said about still creating. I stopped waiting for things to be perfect. I stopped waiting for the right camera. I stopped waiting for the right time to do this. Or I stopped waiting, I'm shooting with my phone. I'm doing things that, I'm not waiting anymore. you know, because this is my calling, this is my purpose. So picture doing something that you love and you didn't even know that God got you here for. This is your purpose for to use me through this. So it's like that's what still creating through any circumstance that you're in. And that's why I'm called crazy. That's why I'm called outlandish. Because if I'm homeless, I'm still gonna sit down in between the school where I used to sit at, or in between Northview Elementary and the rec center, in between the playground where I used to sit when I was homeless, and still pull my notebook out. No matter where I was. No matter if I'm staying at my mama's house sitting in the corner. Or wherever I go, we at the family function, just where you got your notebook out, the headphones on, I'm working, I'm creating, and no matter what situation I'm in. And that's what separates me from anybody who think that they trying to copy me or do what I'm doing. You don't stand close. You don't stand close because everybody think they're doing it on their own.
Right.
But if you're not co-creating with the creator, you ain't doing nothing.
Right.
And that's just the facts of the matter. Nobody got the creator with them. God, whatever you want to call them, nobody got that with them. Everybody talking about what they doing. Everybody talking selfish talk. Nobody talking about what they doing with the creator. And that's why everybody in turmoil. Everybody who ever did me wrong when I was home, his life is in turmoil right now. And a few of them are calling me right now, asking to borrow money. So that's how the tables always turn for me. And I seen it, and I started seeing the patterns. See, that's what happens when you do the shadow work. You start seeing your own patterns because you ain't worrying about everybody else.
Right. You're looking at the man in the mirror.
Right, because God got you in the cave like Tony Stark.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now you got to go through all your traumas and everything you ain't healed from. So I'm too busy doing that. Well, you ask me what you been doing since the last interview. At peace. More inner peace that I ever found. I remember 3 months ago, I had to get used to how everything is aligned and how smooth it's going. That I don't got to deal with people who hate me. It's all people that love me and want to see me level up. See, it's like a well or a dirty sink faucet when you first do the plumbing. It's all shitty water when it first comes out.
Right.
But if you keep letting it go, it's going to be clear water. So I'm at the clear water. And it's nothing that nobody can do. Right. Not even me. Not even when I tried to self-sabotage it, there's nothing that I can do to stop what's about to happen. For 40 years, I was running.
Well, so this journey that you're on right now, so what was the time span of this journey? Do you think it was 2 years, a year, a few months?
I'm gonna tell you what's so funny. I just did the calculations the other night because I just really wanted to know. But it's been 18 years. It's been 18 years. So think of that. Think of somebody who's trying to be like me, who's trying to copy me, who's trying to do what I'm trying to do, trying to be in secret competition with me, and you don't have 18 years of experience of God putting you through the forge fire.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot.
You know what I'm saying? So people need to step back and just worry about themselves. Because when you start looking over here, you're going to get burned by the sun. That's why when I walk in the room, it's like that. You know, I'm just being honest. We're in the fourth dimension. When they say Jesus coming back, it's just the truth realm. So it's outside my net that's fulfill what I'm feeling. So I can't lie to you. This is me being totally honest and transparent. And I was forced through the fire to sit in the cave and not speak while people talk bad on my name, while people created narratives about me that wasn't true. This is my opportunity now to change all those narratives and come back and set the record straight for all those narratives, no matter how long ago it was. This is my story, and I'm telling it. I'm a part of it. See, so people always try to tell my story and leave me out of it. I said, Katie, I was talking to my best friend. I'm like, why you talking to Katie? I got more woods. I'm like, why y'all think everybody goes so crazy when I post something online and they comment and crashing out and all this, that, and the third? They say, Jesse, because you got all the information. And they scared that you're going to burn everything down because that's what everybody doing. They lying about their story that I'm involved in and leaving me out. But as soon as I just come on and just tell my regular story, it's a problem. I was told that I didn't go to college. I was told that I went to nowhere university, Cammie.
Wow.
But I have a whole coach that's about to do a documentary with me who I went to college with, Cammie, who's my college coach. But what is that? That's hate. And then there's somebody that's been watching your career more than you. You've been watching me. If you're telling me about everything in my career, I'm like, dang, I forgot about that. See, that's what haters do. That's what envious people do. And I learned this in school. They say, you know, an envious person is almost borderline a serial killer. How they premeditate their hate. How they have fake support you. How they have fake like they love you. Oh, what's up, cuz? Oh, tell him I said, hey. See my mama in church, tell Jesse I love him. But when you had the opportunity to really love Jesse, you took that opportunity and you shitted on it. Let's be honest, that's what you did. So now I have the opportunity not to deal with it. Or to just merely sit over here in my little corner like I always been. I always had motion, Candy. Anybody can tell you that. You got guys who treeing up. Yeah, I know Jesse. That's because I've been putting the work in. This is what I've been doing. Guys just start do this. And thinking they can be where I am. And just because I'm homeless, they think they can, they're above me because I'm homeless. They're better than me. What I've done. See what you're doing, you've been doing this more than 10 years, right?
Yeah.
So that means you're an expert in this. You do anything for 10 years or more, that means you're an expert. So if I've been put through the forge fire and spiritually this and that for 18 years, what that mean? I'm an expert in it. I'm an expert in not stopping. I'm an expert in still creating. I'm an expert. Nobody want to listen to the expert because it's not Jay-Z. It's not a millionaire. Mm-hmm. I'll say something. They won't listen. Jay-Z will say the same thing. They'll follow it.
Yeah. I know people that's like that too. But listen, Jesse, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back after these messages.
Where the waves rise high, they magazine we lift and amplify. Stories of love, of strength, of pride. Giving back, standing tall, side by side. We are the rhythm, we are the voice. Community rising, making bold choice. On short drive, we shine, we soar. They magazine, forever, evermore.
All right, if you just tuned in, you haven't tuned in too late, you tuned in to the Cammy Grayson Show, and I am here with Jesse Appleseeds. And man, he is laying it down on the line. I mean, he is just getting the waves all clear and the water all blue and, just making it happen. So we're going to keep going, though. We're not going to stop. We're going to stop. So I got a final bullet here, and it is building your true moon sunset ecosystem, the hug. What's all that about?
Okay, first I gotta backtrack you. Okay, it started with New Breed Order. That's something that I was starting with my sister. She has to be the first lady of New Breed Order, but she passed away. So when she passed away, I kind of just lost the love for representing whatever it is. I just gotta be transparent and honest. So just recently here, when I was working on the feminine side of New Breed Order, unknowingly, which is True Moon Sunset, New Breed Order being a masculine, I come to find out that I've been working on New Breed Order the whole time. I just been working on different legs of it. Because let me show you. You see the tattoo? Mm-hmm. This is a chaotic star. So if you count it, it's 36 points in it, right? Mm-hmm. But in the chaotic star, because I was explaining to the guy who was doing the tattoo in California, I was telling him what New Breed Order meant to me. So as I'm telling him this, what he's writing up. So I asked him, I told him, what did this mean? So he says the chaotic star is 36 points. But he said, I was explaining to him the ecosystem now that I'm working on, but I didn't have a name for it. Mm-hmm. So he said it's chaos. It's a bunch of chaos, but it's order in the chaos.
Okay.
So
I can see that.
Yeah, so so the 36 points is True Moon Sunset, the hug, the True Moon Sunset Network, the media point side of it, the music, the fashion, all of it is every conversation from each part of the ecosystem has a conversation with either other part of the ecosystem. Mm-hmm. That's why people don't do stuff, because you have to build an ecosystem. You can't just do one thing. To be a millionaire, you have to have 7 sources of income. And I'm not talking financially, I'm talking sources of income, like resources and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So you have to build an ecosystem, things that feed other things. See, people think they're making money when they profit off money, but they don't make money until money deletes itself.
Right.
That's when you're making money. When money is not doing nothing at all but deleting itself, then you're making money. The real people who deal in money will know exactly what I'm talking about when I say that. I can go deep in depth and but it'll be the rest of the interview to actually really break down what I just said. But to the real people who know money know exactly what I just said. No real money is made until money cancels itself out.
Right. Okay, so you mentioned that you've been working on these different components, right? The ecosystem. So do you, and this is just for our audience who's listening and resonating with what you're doing, are you doing business plans for each of these ecosystems? Are you, I know a lot of times with me, nothing's real until I put it on paper, because I got SKST, which is special case special. That's the mothership. And then I got the PR agency, and then I got the graphic design, and I got the books, and so all of it starts with that topping, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you get those visions and keep them in order? Because you didn't know, you said you were working on all this stuff and didn't even realize it. So how are you tracking what you're doing moving forward now that you know that you're on the same path that you and your sister started off with?
That's why I'm able to come out now and make it public, because for 18 years I've been doing it in private. So when the creator came to me and told me that I have to make it public, I had to organize it. So what I did was, you break stuff down and, okay, what's your philosophy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for my philosophy would be the new breed order. That's more so not branded. That's more so just like my philosophy on how I got through everything. That's just like who I am. That's just like me, right?
Mm-hmm.
The True Moon Sunset would be considered the brand, right? The umbrella company, right? And then you got the True Moon Sunset Network, right? That's to be the media side. Then you got True Moon Sunset as a merch or fashion. That's the clothing side. Then you have the hub, which is the music and the media all meeting up in one place, healing, unmasked, and grounded. Healing under God and healing under grace. So the hub is the place for the True Moon Sunset Network, the philosophy of the New Breed Order, the people, that's my kind of people that go by that, and the network. So it all corresponds. And then the hub is like the headquarters for all of it, where we come in, kind of let our hair down and, heal.
Yeah. Well, how do you balance all this?
Okay, I gotta get enough. So one of my main rituals is, because I can't turn it off, I'm always thinking about a new idea or a new this or new that. So my ritual is yoga and Tai Chi. I do a lot of Tai Chi on the hour, even when I'm at work, stretching, like you said, putting it on paper, writing everything down. Because when you don't write it down, it's just in your head.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way I balance it out. And then I have days where I just do nothing because I have so much material and so much things that I'm just waiting to like align, because nothing happens until everything is aligned. You can have the money. I know people that do 100,000, 200,000 in business ideas and it didn't happen because it just wasn't aligned. Mm-hmm. So to be patient for the creator and stuff like that, you can't rush nothing. So to balance it out, you have to be patient. You have to be still and be able to listen to God and take your shoes off and get in the grass and earth and, allow the universe and hug a tree. All these things are, people think I'm just making something up, but these are all things that I do to balance. Things help me let me know, okay, well, today we're working on the True Moon Sunset Network. The first 3 shows are Jesse Appleseeds Unleashed. The next day I wake up, okay, we're working on the soundtrack for the documentary for Coach. Okay, tomorrow I wake up, I'm doing nothing but working out. I'm running 7 miles. I'm doing nothing. When I get back to the house, I'm doing nothing but scratching, yoga. I may call my mom. This is my conversation night where I call back all the people who I didn't, answer back on the texts and missed calls and stuff like that. So I let the universe flow through me. I don't control nothing. So I handle what I can control, which is being on time for things and, communicating when I'm not going to be on time and communicating and those things of that nature. That's what I can control. But the things that I can't control, I literally be still and I give it to whatever created.
Right. Well, you made a good point too, because once people can rely on you, knowing that, okay, he'll be here or he'll text or he'll let us know, what's really going on, that smooths it, right? For whoever, is professional and being on time and prompt, that's showing that you do care, you value their time as well as your own. And so that, I love that part, because every time you've made your appointments here, you've been here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I appreciate that. And that's something that, people who's trying to do what you're doing, they need to know that you just, some people just don't care. It's all about them. And so the path that you're moving in, I hope that you keep that path going. I really do, because I feel like you've seen the man in the mirror. Like you said, you've identified who you are. You see what you like and you see what you don't like. And no one can change that but you and the man upstairs. But I'm saying, even he gives you freedom, to do what you think is best. So if you've done that and you already know, I'm telling you, I'm the person, and I don't care who here this is. I'm the person that if you do me wrong, I'm done. I don't care who you are.
Right. Right.
I don't care who you are.
Right.
If I can't trust you, and if you're not the person that I feel is for me, because I'm gonna give 100%.
Right.
If I got it, you got it. That's the way I roll. But if I'm out, you don't have to worry about me anymore. It might hurt, like you done lost a family member. It might hurt, but just guess what? God will take care of it. He'll mend that heart.
Family members with an S, but and the thing is, they still family. And me going to be the first legit millionaire in the family, they all gonna still be a part of this anyway.
Yeah.
I don't care what they say. They're gonna be a part of it. But people will write themselves out the story for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just for a little bit until they, get it together or whatever like that. But I'm not here to force nobody to get together. I'm not here to chase nobody anymore or show anybody who they are or things of that nature. Like I love that stuff though. I love showing people who they are. It's like my love language is to show you who you are. But it's a boundary on it now. So it's a real boundary on it. And like I got this thing now where I don't, unless I really know you need it, I don't help nobody or give them advice unless they ask me 3 times. So if somebody come and say, Jesse, can you help me with this? I'll ignore them. They ask me the second time, I'll ignore them. They ask me the third time, then okay, you really need my assistance or you really need my advice on this topic or whatever like that. So that's how I do it now, because I'll be so quick to just help everybody and keep putting all my stuff in the hole. And now I don't know if you see the energy on me compared to last week, but it's polar opposites, because I just feel so much freedom to be able to do. So this part of my life is called season 0 for me, the archive. So everything for me, like, so all the clothes and everything I'm about to press up and all that is not for sale. It's all for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, for all the time that I nobody gave me this or gave me, and I told myself by October 2026, I'm gonna just be wearing all my clothes. So I'm on track.
Yeah, there you go. I love it. Absolutely love it. So tell people how they can get in touch with you.
On all platforms. I just looked on Facebook, Cammy, and I didn't add the S on the Appleseeds. So on Facebook it's Jesse Appleseed without the S, but on Instagram it's Jesse Appleseeds with the S. On TikTok it's Jesse Appleseeds with the S. And that's where you can find me at. And you guys will see me again next week.
Yeah, well, give some words of wisdom before we go.
Okay, some words of wisdom. Some family can be sent here to destroy you. Even your mother or your father sometimes. But when you know that you're the chosen one or the black sheep of your family, please get up off your ass. Go into that cave like Tony Stark, like beat them to the punch, like beat God to the punch, beat God to the cave so you can get the shadow work done, so you can be out here doing what you love and really figuring out what you're doing. Don't focus on nobody but yourself. I promise you, you came through that portal by yourself. You're going to leave going back to that portal by yourself. So I can tell any artist, any human being to please do what you love.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, guys, our time is up. And I want to thank Jesse for being on the show again. I appreciate it. Always, as always. So he's bringing us all these nuggets, and this transformation.
You didn't even take my shades off today.
It's interesting to see this transformation. See, back cool, Jess. Cool, Jess. Cool, Jess. I love it. Okay, guys, until next week, right here, SKST Radio. Bye for now.